Let's do our top 5 LA coaches. Top 5 LA coaches. Top 5. 1, I got to go Sean McVey. Sean McVey, because if you would offer him to any other coach, to any other organization as their coach, most would flip their coach with Sean McVey. Even if you went to the Kansas City Chiefs and said, hey, Andy Reid or Sean McVey, they would take Sean McVay's future. Even if it was Jim Harbaugh in this town, I think that, yes, he has a Chargers history. Sean McVey is possibly the most valuable coach in sports, I think, because of the system, because of the culture building, because of this kind of star power that he brings. I think Kyle Shanahan, probably the best play caller, but Sean McVey he's the number one coach. 1 Super Bowl, been to 2 Super Bowls, could win his second one this year. I got Sean McVey as my number 1 coach in Los Angeles. Number 2, Dave Roberts. Dave Roberts, a manager, not a coach, but 3 World Series titles for Dave. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. He doesn't give the credit that he deserves, but I think if you're thinking objectively about Dave Roberts, his biggest strength is getting all-star players to buy in and embracing the fact that sometimes you have to bat lower in the order than you would on other teams because you got Mookie and Freddie and Shohei Ohtani and things like that. But also just the simple moves that he made. It was Dave Roberts that was responsible for Miguel Rojas playing in the World Series in Game 6 and Game 7. And without that decision, without that gut feeling, everyone always says Dave and the analytics, and he's a guy that's just a robot listening to Andrew Friedman, and Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes built Dave Roberts in a lab and they're controlling him with a video game controller, right? Not the case. It was Dave's gut that put Miguel Rojas in the game in Game 6 and 7. And how about this? In Game 6 and Game 7, having the impact defensively, having the presence of mind to take out Tommy Edman and put in Andy Paz, and Andy Paz makes the greatest catch in World Series history. And how about this? Dave Roberts falling the way that he did. And I said at the time that I thought that he took a fall. And Dave Roberts stumbles racing Hae-Sung Kim before Game 6, and that really lightened the mood, and that team will go on to win the last 2. 3 is where the debate comes in. Is it Jim Harbaugh? Is it JJ Redick? Is it Ty Lue? I think you have to go, I think at this point, Jim Harbaugh. And not because of what he did at other stops. He won a national championship at Michigan. He took the San Francisco 49ers to the Super Bowl. He took the Stanford Cardinal, a perennial losing team, to Rose Bowls. It was big and turned that team around. He was a coach at University of San Diego. He paid his dues. But Jim Harbaugh is a star. Jim Harbaugh has the juice. So I put Jim Harbaugh at 3. I think 4 is where I got JJ Redick. I know it sounds crazy to take JJ Redick over Ty Lue, but ask yourself this question. Who would you take for the next 5 to 10 years? JJ Redick or Ty Lue? I think Ty Lue, of course, winning a championship with the Cavs, has a great reputation as one of the best ATO after timeout type of play callers. I think JJ Redick has that special fire and intensity, basketball acumen. He's taking on a tougher job with the Lakers. I think it's tough. I think it's kind of grasping at straws right there. It just give me the head coach of the Lakers that, yes, in year 1, did get bounced in the first round, egregiously played his starters and his lineup for the entire second half of a game, which hadn't been done a long, long, long time. And he still has to win a championship. I mean, if you don't, you could go make it to 10 straight Western Conference Finals and win 82 games every regular season for the next 10 years. If JJ Redick doesn't win 1 championship as a Los Angeles Lakers head coach, it's going to go down as a failure. That's the standard here. So that's going to be tough. So I got JJ at 4 because the upside. Ty Lue at 5. Ty Lue at 5. 6 will go Mick Cronin. I got to go Mick Cronin, even though I want him fired, which is crazy because he took UCLA to a Final Four. Lincoln Riley, 7. Lincoln Riley hasn't made the college football playoff. And I think that's where you're sitting right there. That's where you're sitting right there. I think Corey Close for UCLA basketball could be 8. Eric Musselman, 9. And then how about our Los Angeles Kings, who we're going to start talking more Kings on this show. Go Kings, go. Go Kings, go. And I think just to round it out, Jim Hiller, number 10 for the Kings. And of course, that's general, but
D-Mac, I gotta say, man, putting JJ Redick ahead of Ty Lue is that's a hot take. You know what I'm saying?
What's your reasoning?
I mean, I just say, JJ Redick is still unproven. I get what you're saying about the upside, but he could either be Phil Jackson or he could be Darvin Ham. You never know. I
agree with you that Ty Lue, who the Lakers wanted to be, the Lakers wanted Ty Lue. Remember, he famously had the cake in Vegas and all that cool stuff that he was going to be the next head coach of the Lakers. With the Clippers, since 2019, he has taken them to a Western Conference Finals. He has been more accomplished. He signed a huge extension, 5 years, $70 million. If you want to have on your list Ty Lue over JJ Redick, I would have no problem with that. I wouldn't. It's not like it's not something I would argue that heavily. I just think that here's the question: like, what would Ty Lue? I mean, the big question: what would Ty Lue do with this version of Lakers? You know what I mean? Like, would the Lakers trade JJ Redick for Ty Lue right now? Probably not. But I don't know. What say you on the matter, Noel? It's an interesting conversation, really.
It is. It really is. Because I think with Tyronn Lue, he has this reputation as like a player's coach. That's kind of how he's built himself up over the years. And that's what we're hearing with JJ right now, because he isn't that far removed from his playing career. That's why he's able to connect with like this Lakers squad. I think it's close, though. I see what Rob's saying just about we don't know who JJ Redick is just yet. And it's crazy because you see him getting hit with this adversity right now. And there's Laker fans saying, like, I miss Darvin Ham and stuff. Pretty wild. But I think in this moment in time, I probably would have to go with Tyronn Lue because he's only missed, how many times has he missed the playoffs with the Clippers? One time in his career?
Yeah.
Well, I think only once. So, I mean, that off the bat is already good.
I mean, but I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I've been getting gaslit on Ty Lue for so many years.
I mean, especially with the Clippers, they've been gifted players to their roster.
I was just about to say, he inherited a pre-championship build team. He did have to manage, coach a couple chokers and James Harden and Paul George and an injured player named Kawhi Leonard. But he also had like a peak-ish version of LeBron James. And he's a championship head coach. I mean, he really is.
The Clippers are coming right now too. They're on a nice streak ever since he said that goal of their records finished with the season. If he gets them out of this start to the season, that's pretty impressive.
Maybe Chris Paul was the problem.
I definitely think, Chris Paul, name one person who's like said great things about Chris Paul, like after he left there. I don't know. I think that Chris Paul was a good example of a guy that like was trying to influence a team, but you can't influence a team unless you're out there going to war and you're good enough to do that. At that point, he's basically a coach wearing a Clippers uniform, right? So I think that was just a bad mix. But hey, no, to your point, if he can dig them out of this hole, that would be a major feather in his cap. And yeah, I think it's a little. I think I am basing this solely off of. I think the Lakers got a really, really, really motivated head coach. Yeah. Whereas Ty Lue, I feel like, I don't want to say he's not hungry anymore, right? But I feel like he's pretty comfortable there, right? I feel like he's pretty comfortable there, and I want to see him win a championship without LeBron and I think that I think too. Star power is a thing to me. I think JJ Redick is kind of like, he's kind of got that edge of like, I don't want to be the podcast guy. I'm not here for LeBron James. But hey, I think Ty Lue is certainly one of the better coaches in the NBA, and we're so lucky to have him here in Los Angeles. But that is my top 10 coaches in Los Angeles right now. Bloodhound Lil Jeff over on YouTube. Mike Brown got to be up there with the worst. Yeah, we can do the worst tomorrow. Mike Brown definitely. Well, Mike Brown still gets jobs though, man. Like he's coached like half the league, it feels like. Phil Jackson is the greatest coach. I think there's no doubt about that. 5 titles, a 3-peat, and a back-to-back. D-Mac, this is from Bloodhound. D-Mac, I realize you got addicted to vaping. Any words of encouragement for me? Yeah. No comment there.